Back to pass is Mason. He's got time. He fires.
Got it. Touchdown. All right.
Redskins. Looking downfield. He fires.
Wide open.
Wide open. Reed Cleveland. 10 to 5.
Touchdown.
Reed Cleveland. Touchdown. There's Watt. It's up. Number 37.
Touchdown. All right.
Touchdown, Redskins. From Winton Woods High School, welcome to Redskin Football on Anderson Community Television and USBNsports.com. Everybody, I'm Greg Ellis along with Dan Albers. We're glad to bring you Week 9 of the 2010 football season, and without a doubt the biggest game of the year. The annual battle with Winton Woods is tonight. Redskins come in with a 7-1 record. Winton Woods comes in with a 7-1 record, and Dan, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
It's a huge game. You know, Fox Sports Ohio, obviously they thought it was a big enough game that they're coming here to do this on a Thursday. And, you know, defending the state champs, you know, it's kind of looking back at this. The last 3 years, they've had someone from this conference represent them in a state championship. So that ought to tell you how big this game is.
Both teams come in on a roll. Winton Woods lost the first game of the year. I believe it was to Elder down in the Crosstown Showdown, and they have won every game since then. And last week against Milford, they racked up over 600 yards in rushing offense.
Yeah, they've really, you know, you thought with Dominique Brown going out and Goins, you didn't think they would do, but kind of like with Daniel Rod and those guys going out, they found someone to pick it up, and they're doing the same thing, and they're playing really phenomenal. And their speed, I think we'll see how Anderson's speed will go against their speed. And it's going to be a very difficult game for Anderson, and a lot is riding on this, not only the playoffs but also for the league title.
As you said, both teams are tied for first place. Redskins have one game left next week against Harrison. Who does Winton Woods play?
Glen Estee.
So that could be a tough game. Yeah. But Redskins, speaking of Glen Estee, Redskins with a good showing last week as they took on a tough Glen Estee team. And I thought the defense played very well in that game.
They did, and they're going to have to do it again tonight. They're two different style of offenses. You know, Glen Estee with the wing T don't pass. Again, Winton Woods doesn't pass the ball that much, but Anderson's really going to have to play mistake-free football tonight to win this game.
These Winton Woods Anderson games are always fun to watch and fun to bring you. It's going to be a great game, and as we said, it's on Fox Sports Net. It's almost like being on Monday Night Football for the kids.
It really is, and hopefully the kids' emotions are not too keyed up and too geared up. And we saw against Glenville that they didn't get too keyed up, and hopefully they can do it tonight. But again, they're going to have to play mistake-free football tonight to win this game.
So it'll be the Redskins of Anderson versus Winton Woods. Stay tuned. We'll be right back at the game right after this. And welcome back to Winton Woods High School. I'm Greg Ellis along with Dan Albers, our cameraman Tim Huntington, our spotter Ed Barth, and we are ready to bring Game 9 of the 2010 football season to you. And again, as we said in the pregame, it's a titanic struggle, as always, between the Redskins and Winton Woods. And Tim, on the ACT side, is showing you the Redskins entering the field. Redskins come in at 7-1. Winton Woods comes in at 7-1. Both teams are undefeated in the league, and Dan, it doesn't get, like we said in the pregame, it really doesn't get any much bigger than this.
No, it really doesn't. This should be just a unbelievable game. You know, it says a lot about both these programs when, you know, they're putting this on Fox Sports Ohio. They know how important this game is, and it just seems like every time these two teams play, it's a huge, huge game.
So the Redskins will look to take control of their own fate as we looked at the playoff picture with Coach Giesting on Redskin Review the other night. It's pretty much a given. The Redskins got to go 9-1 to have a chance to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, they really do, and it's a shame. You know, they have a season like they've had. You know, if they were Division II, it'd be no problem, but playing in Division I, it's a lot harder. And the Redskins really, they control their own destiny. They have to win this game to have a shot. I mean, they still might have an outside slim chance, but it's going to be very hard. So they have to win this game tonight.
We are simulcasting, as always, on Anderson Community Television and on USBNsports.com. So if you are listening to us live on the internet, please do us a huge favor and drop us an email at usbnsports@yahoo.com and let us know if the sound is coming through and how it sounds and things like that where you're listening from, and we'll certainly acknowledge it, and it would really help us out.
Yeah, and again, you know, we're in the presence of Brad Johansson and Dave Lapham on the other side over there doing it on Fox Sports Ohio, and I'm sure a lot of people are sitting at home in the little chilly outside, so they're sitting at home watching it on television. But why would you want to watch it on television when you could be live here at the game? You know, just a phenomenal thing to be a part of this. And we really got to thank the athletic director here at Winton Woods High School, Dwight Campbell, giving us the opportunity to do this, because we didn't think that we were going to be able to do it or not, because of how much room Fox Sports Ohio had to take. So appreciate Dwight Campbell letting us do this tonight.
Absolutely, and we are situated. Thankfully, Winton Woods has stands on both sides of the field, and even better than that, they have press boxes on both sides of the field, and we are in the visitors' press box on the second floor of it.
Absolutely.
So we are sitting pretty well up here, and we're all warm, and we're all excited about bringing you this game. And Tim's showing you on the TV side. The teams are out. The captains are meeting in the middle of the field there, and every time these teams get together, you can expect a good game, and tonight should be no exception. The fact that the Redskins, after losing what they've lost in terms of graduation the last couple of years, the fact that they are even in a game of this magnitude says a lot about the coaching staff.
Oh, absolutely. I was talking about that earlier today with your brother about how I would take them over anybody in the city. I mean, they just do a great job. Some of the games have been really close, but you see what happens in the second half as they make those adjustments and do a great job, and it's been like that all season. I think tonight is going to be very important for the Redskins to start off fast on offense. They start off really, really slow, came out in the second half and played much better, and I think tonight that's going to be a key factor, and really also a key factor is seeing how well that defense plays tonight.
Well, the defense played very well against a good ground game last week in Glen Estee, but as you said before, this is a different type of rushing attack here.
Anderson won the toss and deferred. So
all right, so the Redskins are going defense to start this game. How about that?
Yeah, and Greg, the guy that we've got to watch out for tonight, and kind of it reminds me of Brandon Bornhauser, is Thomas Owens has been waiting in the wings to take over for Dominic Brown, and he's been running the ball like crazy. So there's going to have to watch out for a couple guys, and defensively they got a guy I believe that's going to UC, and Antonio Poole. So we got so they got some guys on both sides of the football that we really have to watch out for tonight.
The junior running back that took Jeremiah Goins' spot is number 33, Aaron Kemper. And last week, all he did against Milford was rush for 260 yards.
Yeah, I mean, that just, they pretty much, it's a system thing with them, Greg, just like it is here at Anderson. They believe in their system, and obviously it works. They were state champs last year. And, Greg, they really had an opportunity to beat Elder. And I think if it wasn't for, I think Owens got hurt in that game. And if
he did.
And if he didn't get hurt,
they had Underwood at quarterback in that game.
And if he didn't get hurt, I think it might have made a big difference.
And Aaron Kemper, number 33, is the deep man or the middle man on this in the back line for this kickoff return. The deep man is number 25, Chuck Wynn. And as we said in Redskin Review the other night, Tommy Chapman came back with a vengeance last week, had a very good game, and he is teeing it up, and we're about ready to start this game. Redskins will be moving right to left on your internet dial.
That's really good. So another big game here for the Redskins, and see what they can do.
So Chuck Wynn, number 25, the deep man, and Tommy Chapman does such a great job of both directional kicking and kicking it long. We'll see what happens here. There is a considerable wind here tonight, and I'm trying to see which way the wind is blowing. I think he's kicking into the wind. Oh, he's kicking with the wind? Oh, it's going sideways, coming towards us.
See what Anderson, they typically do some different funky things on special teams. See what they got going on today. They got half the team on the right, half the team to the left. We'll see if they're going to do like a little pooch kick or an onside kick, Greg.
Chapman approaches the ball. This game is underway, and he wails into it. And Wynn is going to field it about 5 yards deep in the end zone, and that's the way this game begins. Winton Woods will start on the 20-yard line. Good job by Tommy Chapman on the opening kickoff.
Yeah, and you're going to see that great rushing attack by Winton Woods, and I think really what it's going to be is controlling of the offensive line by both teams and see what they're able to do. So we'll see what Redskins do here on defense.
Thomas Owens, number 7, is the quarterback, and he is certainly a threat to run. They don't pass the ball much. They line up on the first play with 3 wideouts on our side, and Kemper, the lone back, number 33. On the first play, they give it No,
Nope.
Chapman or Owens going to keep it, and he gets it outside.
Oh, wow.
The 30, the 40. Owens could go. He gets a block, makes a cut. Owens to the 30, the 20.
Wow.
And on the first play from scrimmage, Thomas Owens is going to take it 80 yards for a score.
Holy mackerel. Starting off, what a way to start a game by Winton Woods. My goodness.
Thomas Owens faked a handoff to Kemper and rolled right, went down this nearest sideline, made a nice cut with a block out here at the 40, and went 80 yards on the game's first play.
Wow.
And just like that, the Warriors are on top. Here's the extra point attempt. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good. Who was that? 84 did the kicking. That is Robbie Lewis. So we've played 17 seconds in this game, as Tim's showing you on the cable side, and it's already 7-0 Winton Woods. Not the way the Redskins wanted to get things going.
That was unbelievable.
Thomas Owens, as you said, was waiting in the wings because they had Brown before this, and my goodness, he makes good on the first play from scrimmage.
So I guess deferring didn't really mean too much. They deferred, and obviously they scored the very first play. I mean, that is a way to start a game. You want to make a statement early. That's kind of making a statement.
Robbie Lewis tees it up, and he'll kick it away. The deep man for Anderson is number 1, Chris Shingleton. Kyle Payne also back there, number 15.
Yeah, Coach Giesing was not happy.
And Shingleton's going to watch this one bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And the Redskins will start from their own 20. 7-0, Winton Woods scores on the game's first play from scrimmage on an 80-yard run by Thomas Owens, the quarterback.
Yeah, and it's going to be very important for the Anderson Redskins to answer, Greg. You know, a couple years ago when these two teams played, if you remember, they were answering one after another. Anderson would score, Winton Woods would score, and that's going to be very important for them to do the same thing.
Redskins go straight to the line. Of course, Nick Mason, number 14, the quarterback. And that is Shelton in motion. The first play, they give it to Jake Nelson, and Jake takes it up over the 25 to up about the 26 over the right tackle. Tackled by number 44, Demetrius Mason, after a 6-yard pickup on the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, they just really got to stick to their game plan and keep doing what they're doing, even though they're down 7-0. We've seen them do that all year long, Greg. They got down early to Milford, didn't panic, and that's what they got to do here tonight.
2nd and 4 from the 26-yard line for the Redskins. And we are mighty glad to be in this warm booth, I'll tell you that.
You're not kidding. Anderson just kind of sits there, and then they're going to turn around, get right to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 4.
Kaiser in motion.
Jake Nelson through the line, gets stopped at about the 29-yard line.
It's going to be just shy of a first down.
He needed to get the 30. Stopped at about the 29.5. So the Redskins will have a 3rd and short as he was pushed back there by Walter Richardson, number 55, for the Warriors.
See if the Redskins do a quarterback sneak. Again, they're doing that where they line up. They got their backs towards the ball. And what they're going to do is they're going to quickly turn around and they're going to snap the football.
Boy, they're really loading the box too, Dan. 3rd and less than a yard. Jake Nelson, and he has the first down.
Barely got it.
Tried the right side and got up to about the 31. The Redskins convert, and Antonio Poole, the UC recruit, made the tackle.
You know, and I think a big thing, Greg, is like you said, they're loading the box, and we'll see if Reed Kaiser becomes a big factor in tonight's game.
Give Jake Nelson 3 yards on that carry, and it's up to the 32-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 Anderson.
Again, the Redskins, again, doing that where their back is to the ball. All the linemen are back, and they turn around quickly, and Nick Mason gets ready to snap the ball.
And he fakes a handoff to Nelson. He's going to put it up. He's got a man open. Jordan Shelton makes a catch. Oh, he drops it as he hits the ground. Jordan Shelton was open. He went up and had his hands on it at about the 48-yard line. Zach Bomer there on coverage, but the ball popped out of his hands as he hit the ground. It'll be 2nd and 10.
He had that. It was a great route, a great throw. It just kind of fell out of his hands. So good job by the Redskins. Just couldn't come up with it.
2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line. Redskins with trips right now. And they snap it straight to Nelson in the Wildcat. He takes ahead for maybe 2 yards up to the 34. And it's going to be a 3rd down and long. Demetrius Mason, one of the big linemen for Winton Woods, made the tackle.
Again, don't forget to drop us an email at usbnsports@yahoo.com. Let us know where you're listening from. So it's going to bring up a, 3rd and 9?
It's 3rd and 9, though they're going to give Nelson a yard. So this is certainly a passing situation for Nick Mason in the Redskin offense.
It's like Winwood's coming with a blitz.
And that is Brunhaver in motion. And Mason back to pass, rolling right. He throws. It's complete for a 1st down to Jordan Shelton.
Looks like that ball might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage, but Jordan Shelton just does a great job of running routes, and maybe that's something that the Redskins can do is pass on him.
You know what? He knew right where the 1st down marker was. He picked up a yard past the 1st down marker up to the 43, 1st and 10 Redskins.
Again, I don't know what you call this, Greg, this little huddle that they're doing, but it's kind of weird. They just kind of roll close to the ball, and all they do is turn around as soon as their backs are facing them, and they just turn around and hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10 from the 43. And they give it to Jake Nelson with a burst of speed. And Jake Nelson with a good gainer as he gets up close to midfield, stopped at about the 49 after a pickup of 6 yards by Keno Hollins, number 11.
Yeah, he got through that hole quickly, but they filled it quickly too on the same aspect of that, but shows team speed for both teams.
Actually, that's a gain of 5, so the Redskins have a 2nd and 5 from their own 49-yard line with 8.5 minutes left in the 1st quarter. Winwood's on top 7-0, courtesy of an 80-yard run on the first play from scrimmage by Thomas Owens.
2 receivers to the left, and now it's Jordan Shelton coming over to this side too.
And on a delay, they give it to Jake Nelson, and Winton Woods is ready for that one.
Yeah,
they tried that Statue of Liberty type play, Dan, but Jonathan Barwick, the linebacker for Winton Woods, was all over that. It's going to lose a couple.
Yeah, they knew that right away, and obviously they watch film and they see what's going on, and they weren't fooled at all. So they lose some big time. They lose some yards.
They lost 4 to be exact, back to the 45, where the Redskins again face a 3rd down and 9.
Going to split Ossenbeck out here to the left. Actually, 3 receivers out here to the left with Tanner Brunhaver.
And that is Ossenbeck in motion. And
legal
one
shift.
of our first penalty of the game is looks like the Redskins made a jump. That's going to make things that much more difficult. False start against the Redskins. Tell you what, when the game first started, I didn't think there was very many Winton Woods folks over there in the stands, but now it's packed.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of Anderson.
So after that 5-yard mark off, it'll be 3rd down and 14 from the 40-yard line for the Redskins.
For Reed Kaiser here, maybe. Again, they're going to have trips out here to the left. Got no one on this guy over here, on Ossenbeck.
And Mason back to pass. He fires. It's complete. To Brunhaver. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30.
Wow.
Tackled out of bounds on the 28-yard line.
And that was almost intercepted.
Corey Weber brought him down, and you're right, Dan. That ball was almost picked off for a pick 6, but Brunhaver made the grab, took it all the way deep into Winwood's territory. That's a big 3rd down conversion.
It's a huge 3rd down conversion. Anderson's been putting themselves in a position where it's 3rd and long, and they needed that completion big time. And what a time for Tanner Brunhaver to come up with a big play, and he did.
Mark him down to the 32-yard line. That is a 28-yard pickup, 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Shelton in motion. And they're going to pass out to Shelton. He gets a block from Brunhaver, makes a cut.
Good job by Brunhaver.
And Shelton gets it up to about the 26-yard line where he's met again by Corey Weber. So the Redskins showing some life here on offense, Dan. 2 great big 3rd and 9s they converted.
Yeah, and Greg, that's just something we talked about in pregame is that they wanted to start off fast, and I would have to say this is probably one of their better opening drives that they've had in a couple weeks.
Mark Shelton down on the 27, where it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Redskins.
2 receivers split to the right.
Jake Nelson takes the handoff, and Jake gets it over the 25, close to first down yardage, as they're going to mark him down close to the 22. That's where he had to get to.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Tanner Braunhaver is really coming up with some big blocks, doing a nice job and giving Jake Nelson some room to run.
Another first down. Another first down for the Redskins.
They didn't change the marker, though.
They've already moved the chains.
What are they doing?
What are they doing? They've already moved the chains. Now they want to measure. What are they doing here? They'd already moved the chains. How can you measure now after they'd already moved them? I guess it wasn't a first down. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 from the 23-yard line.
So, obviously, this is 2-down territory here. I mean, no matter what, you're going to have Tommy. You've got Tommy Chapman that can make this, but I think they'll go for it even if they don't pick this up.
Big 3rd down for the Redskins. Jake Nelson tries the left side. Jake's got the first down as he falls up to about the 20-yard line. Another big 3rd down conversion for the Redskins.
And that is huge, Greg, picking up these 3rd down conversions.
Zach Bomer made the tackle. I have to think that Bomer is related to the Bearcat
I would
of the
think
same
so.
last name from Winton Woods. So the Redskins have picked up 6 first downs on this drive, Dan.
And Greg, more importantly, though, is they're making it a long drive. We're not going to give Winton Woods back the ball.
They've had the ball for 6 minutes on this drive.
And this is without our stat man here.
Right.
We figured that out on our own.
I'm playing Rain Man in my head here. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And that is Braunhaver in motion. And back to pass is Mason.
Got Kaiser.
He's got Reed Kaiser, who makes the grab and is brought down on about the 16-yard line. That's about a gain of 4. Again, Zach Bomar there for the Winton Woods.
Hey, I want to tell you something right here. Number 65 for Anderson was Wayne Hartman. He was kind of made a block, and the Winton Woods guy kept hitting him, trying to egg him on to do something, and Wayne just sat there and did not do a thing. So it was a good job by Wayne Hartman not to retaliate.
2nd down and 5 from the 15-yard line for the Redskins.
Going to have Austin Beck and Braunhaver split to the right. Looks like Anderson might have moved.
Jake Nelson threw a great big hole, takes it inside the 10. That's going to be a Redskin first down. How about that? Nice job by the offensive line as Antonio Poole made the tackle, but a 7th first down on this drive.
I'm thinking that maybe that Winton Woods is thinking they're going to pass the ball a lot, and they're not. They're running it a little bit more than they would normally do probably. I mean, we saw last week, first quarter, Anderson threw the ball 14 times in that first quarter.
Well, the ball is just inside the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 9, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Redskins with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first quarter.
2 receivers split it to the right. It's going to be Shelton and Braunhaver, and Austin back out here to the left. That's Payne.
Kyle Payne in motion, gets the handoff, and Kyle Payne gets up to about a short gain, maybe up to the 8, where it'll be 2nd and goal, brought down by Walter Richardson for Winton Woods.
Well, and that's something that we talked to Coach Giesting about, is that you're going to see some of these guys, Shelton and Payne, get more involved in an offensive game plan.
2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. That was just a gain of a yard. And that is Shelton in motion. And back to pass is Mason. He's got time. He fires.
Got it. Touchdown. All
Touchdown, Redskins. Louis Lemberg hauls it in, takes it in from 8 yards out. And with 3:34 to play in the first quarter, the Redskins answer back with a long, sustained drive.
Very impressive drive.
Dan, the Redskins had the ball for over 8 minutes in that drive.
That is just phenomenal.
Redskins in the huddle. Let's see what they do here. Now they're going to shift into the XP formation, and Tommy Chapman will attempt to tie this thing up. That was a drive that took 8 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock. 80 yards, capped off by the 8-yard pass from Mason to Lemberg. We got an offsides call against Winton Woods as they lined up both sides here, Dan.
See if they go for it.
Now they're still going to kick the extra point. Mason will hold. Lines are down. Good snap. Kick is up.
Oh, it's blocked.
Kick was blocked. Coming from the outside was number 3 for Winton Woods. That is Corey Weber who blocked it.
Wow.
So that we'll see how that plays in the scheme of things here. So the Redskins, as Tim has shown you on Channel 18, Anderson Community Television, now trail Winton Woods by a blocked extra point, 7-6. So just what Coach Giesing wanted. The Redskins held the ball for 8 minutes, 11 seconds, Dan. Got the points, but let's see if that blocked extra point comes back to haunt them.
You know what? I hopefully it won't, but really Anderson has to concern themselves now on playing defense because Owens, like you said, one play, 70, 80 yards for a touchdown.
Greg Ellis along with Dan Albers, cameraman Tim Huntington, and spotter Ed Barth. We're glad to be bringing you this game between the Redskins and the Warriors. Got a big crowd here at Winton Woods High School. I just saw the name of the stadium. It's Frederick Stadium.
Okay.
I wish I'd said that.
Is that Joe Frederick that used to be here at Green Hills High School?
I wonder if, it might be.
I don't know.
No, I think it said Chuck Frederick. I wonder if that's his dad.
Could be.
So Tommy Chapman's going to kick off. That first kickoff, he got it about 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone. Again, back to return to kick the deep man is Chuck Wynn, number 25. Oh, you know what this is? Honestly, it's a TV timeout.
Yes. No, see this guy with the glove. That's what you look for. When he puts his glove back. That's what I did one time. Thank you very much.
Dan did that for a Bengals game once.
I did it for the Patriots and the Bengals. And that was when Peter Warwick was trying to talk to me on the sideline. I'm trying to listen to the producer, and he's trying to talk to me.
Was he doing his pose?
I'm working.
All right. 7-6. Winton Woods leads by an extra point.
Again, they line up in that formation, half the guys to one side of the yard markers and half the guys to the other, and see what they do here. See if they kick it deep again.
Here's Chapman approaching the ball, and he wails on it again, and it's in the end zone again for a touchback. Chuck Wynn looks like he's a little disappointed. Didn't get a chance to bring that one back, but again, another good job by Tommy Chapman.
It makes a huge difference, Greg, when you have a kicker. We saw that with Howard a couple years ago. Makes a huge, huge difference. See what the Redskins can do here on defense now.
Redskin defense has been on the field for exactly one play. We have 3:34 left in the first quarter.
So again, not only is it going to be Owens, but they also got to watch out for number 33, and that's Aaron Kemper.
And they give it to Kemper, and he tries the left side, and he is still on his feet as he gets over the 25 up to about the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Went over the left side of that line.
Looks like Vale was on the tackle, Brian Vale.
Brian Vale. We'll call a gain of 6, make it 2nd and 4 from the 26. And they pitch it to the
nice job!
And he's going to be hit and stopped. They pitch it to Gary Underwood. And
is that Matt White?
Matt White was there to meet him in the backfield for a loss of 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
Loss of 2, actually, back to the 25. Up, they're going to give him a good mark up to the 26. So it'll be 3rd down and 4.
Anderson getting ready, doing a much better job here defensively. See if Winton Woods tries to put it up in the air. They got 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right.
I don't think they're going to put it in the air. 3rd and 4. And Owens gives it to...
I don't think he got it.
No, he did not reach the 30-yard line. There was a handoff to Kemper, and Tony Martini, the senior, with a big hit. Brings him down after a gain of a yard on the 28. It's going to be 4th and 2. And the Winton Woods punt team comes onto the field. Get up, Ed. Come on. So Winton Woods is going to punt away. Who you got punting there, Ed? Back to return to punt is Chris Shingleton. Who's punting there, Ed?
It's like Winton Woods late getting a player on the field, running on very late. And they're going to have to hurry up.
Aaron Patton will punt it away. Boy, it's taken an awful long time. I can't believe it. But he gets the punt away, and Shingleton calls for a fair catch at the 46-yard line. The Redskins, with great field position, on their second possession of the night with a minute and a half left in this first quarter.
Kind of dangerous there on that return. I thought he was going to let it go. He was on the run going to his right. I don't know if that wind had anything to do with messing it up. Ed, I think I just pulled a hamstring when I tried to give you a chesty.
Redskins 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line. And what's going on here?
TV timeout again. Yep, there's Mr. Orange Glove out there.
It's a TV timeout. We're going to have a lot of that, so this game will be a little bit longer than we're accustomed to. Tim, I hope you got the 4 or 5 tapes there. 3 of them.
Huh?
Again, next week, in week 10, the Redskins will be at home to play against the Harrison Wildcats, and I will not be there for that. It'll be Dan and guest commentator John Raymond.
Yep, and Mr. Do-It-All, John Raymond. And John and I did that alumni game. John does a good job, so I'm sure he'll fit in. I don't know if I could fill your shoes, though. He can fill my shoes. I can't fill yours, though,
Well, I have great big shoes.
Yes, you do.
You know what I'm talking about.
And pants, too. Kidding.
1st and 10 for the Redskins on their own 46-yard line.
2 receivers to the left for the Redskins.
And Nick Mason in the shotgun. And he's going to put it up. He avoids one man. He's been pressured. He gets it away.
Oh, it's intercepted.
And it is intercepted on the 47-yard line. Intercepted by Corey Weber.
Not a good idea by Nick Mason. He got pressure, and he kind of did that jump thing like Tim Tebow, and he threw it. And tell you what, Corey Weber coming out to play, blocked an extra point, now intercepted a ball. So, we said we couldn't have turnovers, and that was a huge turnover right there, Greg.
So that's right at the 46-yard line of Anderson, and that's where Winton Woods will get the ball. And you can't give a team this good a short field to play with.
They got nobody over here on this guy over here. Look at this. Nobody.
And they hand off to Kemper, and Kemper gets up to about the 44, and that's about it, gain of 2.
They had. I'm sure Winton Woods is going to recognize that. They have nobody out there. Why not throw him the ball quickly and let him go downfield? They had nobody covering 2 receivers, only had him covering 1 receiver on the left side.
Clay Perry on the stop, among others, in that last play. It'll be a 2nd down and 8.
1:03 to go here in this first quarter. 2 receivers to the left for Winton Woods and 1 to the right. Again, they're just, look at that, Greg.
They're daring him to pass. And again, it's Kemper. No, it's not. It's Owens who's going to keep it. He's going to get up to about the 39-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
Wow, that is amazing.
Kyle Payne made the tackle on that last play.
They're really just daring them to throw the football. Like I said, there is nobody covering the 2 receivers out to the left.
And we are under 30 seconds to play in this first quarter. Winton Woods facing a 3rd and 3 from the Redskin 40-yard line.
Two receivers to the left.
This will, without a doubt, be the last play of the first quarter. And they started early, didn't call it. And Owens is going to keep it. And Owens.
He fumbled the football. He fumbled the ball.
And I believe the Redskins have it. Jesse Corral falls on top of that fumble on the 33-yard line. Come on.
All right. How about that?
Owens faked a handoff to Aaron Kemper. Looks like he had the first down, but had the ball stripped. And Jesse Corral fell on top of it. Redskins get it, a turnover, get the ball right back. And we have reached the end of the first quarter of play here at Chuck Frederick Stadium. And our score, as Tim is showing you on Anderson Community Television, it's Winton Woods 7, Anderson 6. And if you're listening to us live on the internet, drop us an email, let us know. USBNsports@yahoo.com.
Got Mike Ramirez out there listening for us, out there in Columbus with TechGrow, checking us out. We appreciate him listening as well. Says we sound pretty good.
I tell you what, the Redskins have to be encouraged by the way that first quarter went. They gave up the big play on the first play of the game, but the Redskins answered with a huge, long, sustained drive, and they've traded turnovers. The Redskins have it 1st and 10 on their own 35.
Now they need to make another sustained drive here, Greg. 2 receivers to the left for Anderson. He's got that TV timeout, Mr. Orange Glove out there. Again, I'm sure that you and I look just beautiful on TV when the other side, shining that camera right on us.
You know what? Let's wave to Lapp and Johansson right now.
I'm sure that they're probably waving right to us, I'm sure. And there we are right there on Anderson Community Television.
Good to see you. I didn't even bring a brush. Neither did Danny.
Yeah, I don't have hair though, So big play by Anderson's defense and Jesse Carell, and picking up a big fumble. After that, like you said, after that first play by Winton Woods, they had to come up big, and they have so far.
The key play on that touchdown drive, Dan, was the 28-yard pass to Braunhaver that almost got picked off for a pick 6.
Yeah, you're right about that.
This is a long commercial. Maybe it's one of those Geico commercials, Dan.
Yes. Very, very long timeout. That'll obviously affect the tape.
That's why I told him I hope he had 4 or 5 tapes.
There we go. We're ready to roll now. Mr. Orange Glove giving the signal.
All right, 1st and 10 Redskins on their own 35-yard line after Jesse Carell fell on a loose ball and recovered it for the Redskins. Mason in the shotgun. He's got Shelton in motion. And he hands off to Jake Nelson trying the left side. And Jake gets up to about the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of 3. He's brought down by Keno Hollins.
Hey, I got my cousins listening, JP and John Green listening, saying we're sounding good. So appreciate those guys listening out. They used to be out in Mount Orab, Ohio. Now they're living in Batavia. So appreciate those guys listening.
We'll give it Jake Nelson 4 on that carry, make it 2nd down and 6.
You remember JP, don't you, playing against – he played at Western Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's –
we played him in the playoff game.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
No, we played him at Western Brown. Yeah.
2nd and 6.
3 receivers to the right here for the Redskins.
And that is Jake Nelson in motion. And they hand off to Braunhaver, and Tanner gets it up to close to the 40-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and about 4.
Anderson's put themselves in a 3rd down position a lot tonight, and they've been very successful here in the early stages. And we'll see if they can pick that up again.
Demetrius Mason made the tackle for I keep saying Glen Estee, for Winton Woods. Make it 3rd down and 5 from the 40-yard line.
Going to have 2 receivers split out here to the right for the Redskins. It's going to be Lemberg and Shelton. Look for Shelton to maybe get the football here, or Kaiser.
As Braunhaver in motion. And back to pass is Mason. There's a blitz, and he's going to be hit and stopped in the backfield. Boy, Mason tried to get away. He got tackled in the backfield by Travis Coleman and by Antonio Poole, who was there first on the scene.
Yeah, they came flying up through, Greg. Anderson wasn't ready for that. I mean, just what the speed that they had from Winton Woods, and they couldn't pick it up.
Taylor Ray on to punt it away. Line of scrimmage is the 36. And he gets the punt away.
Nice punt.
Nice punt fielded about the 27-yard line. And Chad Bark makes the initial hit. And that is number 22, Marquise Graves. And he has a short return brought down by Barth and by Austin back on about the 35-yard line. And that's where Winton Woods will have the ball 1st and 10.
Got another TV timeout again.
The PA announces a timeout TV.
So we might
give a player the quarter.
We should maybe go down on the cable part. Oh no,
no, there's no timeout TV. They're going straight to the line here. 1st and 10 for Winton Woods on their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're still doing a TV timeout.
Sorry. Oh, there is a TV timeout because
we're going to do our Anderson Football Mom Player of the Quarter. Is going to be number 74, Matt Roysing, 12th grade. He's a right tackle. He's played 4 years of football, and his favorite college pro team is the Baltimore Ravens. His favorite pro athlete is Ray Lewis, and his favorite musical group is, I don't know who that is, Kid Cudi. I don't know who the heck that is. Sorry, Anderson football mom.
You have their album,
corner
don't you? Kid Cudi?
is number 74, Matt Roysing.
Redskins 7-1 going to this game, as is Winton Woods. And Winton Woods has really been racking up some incredible offensive yardage on the ground. They don't pass the ball much. In fact, last week they only attempted 2 passes against Milford.
Well, why would you need to pass when you're running for 676 yards? Going to have one receiver out here to the left for Winton Woods.
1st and 10. And he gives it to Kemper, and Kemper threw a big hole, and Kemper into Redskin territory, still on his feet. Finally gets brought down all the way down on the 32-yard line by number 50, Brian Vale. Wow.
That was a big time run by Kemper.
33 yards to be exact. So Winwood's 1st and 10 on the Redskin 32-yard line. He was strong on that run, Dan, carrying people with him. Underwood in motion. And again, it's Kemper through a hole on the right side. And Kemper ahead for another 1st down for Win Woods. Gets tackled on about the 20-yard line.
And Kemper just a load. He's 190 pounds, and he goes right through the line again, gets another big 1st down. They're threatening to score, but now look at their pace, Greg. They've picked up their pace a little bit here. Getting right to the line of scrimmage.
Kyle Payne made the tackle. 1st and 10, Win Woods on the Anderson 20. And again, now this time Owens got to keep it. Or did he?
Yeah, he kept it.
Yeah, he kept it. And he rolls into the line, gets about 2 yards. Nice job by Tony Martini to bring him down.
It looks like every time, we talked about this last year, look, they're
jump.
almost moving before the snap. But they've never called it yet, so.
They're going to mark Owens down on the 17, where it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Going to have one receiver out to the right. Taking their time.
And they give it to Kemper, and Kemper, Kyle Payne has a hold of him, but he's close to another 1st down. Gets tackled on the 10. That's about where he needed to. No, actually, he needed to get to the 9, I think.
Yeah, and Kemper's just, I mean, really, honestly, Greg, he is just a load.
And here's the extra bad news. He's a junior.
So Ronzel Foster on the stop, and it looks like they are 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1 from the 10-yard line with 8:20 left in the 1st half. Redskins trail Winwood 7-6, but Winwood's is really threatening here.
Yeah, they're going to have one receiver out to the right. Watch them running on this left side.
They give it to Kemper, and Kemper has a 1st down as he gets stopped on about the 6-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Winton Wood's doing a great job opening up some big holes on that offensive line.
Thomas Krucka made the tackle for Anderson. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Warriors from the 6-yard line. You know what, Dan? Winton Woods leads the league by a wide margin in penalties. They've only had 1 called against them in this game so far.
Again, Winton Woods has one receiver to the right.
They pitch it to the man in motion.
Going to go in.
And that is number 22, nope. And he is going to be run out of bounds on about the 1, Marquise Graves.
Looks like I thought he was going to go in there, Greg, but he didn't. But he's close to scoring Kyle Payne on the stop, but they're right on the 1-inch yard line.
2nd and goal from less than a yard.
And they got to bring Demetrius Mason, a defensive lineman, 6'3", 255, in as a fullback.
Like the fridge. Underwood in motion. They give it to.
He didn't get in.
They give it to number 33, that is Kemper, and he does not get in. Hit and stopped by number 40, Clay Perry. And they're going to mark it.
Actually, it looked like he lost a yard.
He lost about a foot, actually, based on where they marked it. It's 3rd and goal from just inside the 1.
And they bring out Ronzel Foster, bring in Michael Helton, see what they're going to do with that now. Again, they're going to split one receiver out to the right.
3rd and goal from just inside the 1 for Winton Woods. And they give it to Kemper.
I don't think he got in.
No indication yet. I don't believe he. A very, very, very delayed call. And Kemper evidently is in the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow, they did not make that call till very, very late. And it didn't look like he was in, and he came running up. I mean, if it was the Glenessie game last week, he wouldn't have been in.
So with 7:01 to play in the first half, Kemper takes it in from about a foot out, and Winton Woods leads 13-6, and Lewis on to attempt the extra point. Lines are down. Low snap, and it's blocked.
That is big.
Who blocked? Who was that?
Looks like it was number right here.
It was Thomas Kruk, I believe. Wasn't it number 2?
Yep, number 2, Thomas Krucka.
So that keeps our score at one even touchdown, 13-6. 7:01 left in the first half. Tim showing you on the cable side. So Winton Woods takes it 30 or 65 yards after that interception was
a fumble.
The fumble, yeah.
And you know what they did, Greg? Though it looked like they were had a quicker pace of getting up to the line of scrimmage, and it threw off Anderson just a little bit. And obviously Winton Woods is going to put some points on the board and also put some yards up. But Anderson just cannot have mistakes like they did with that fumble because Anderson was only down 7-6 and had the ball. And really, honestly, what teams try to do to Anderson is try to hold the ball as long as they can, not to give the ball, and that's what they have to do here with Winton Woods.
Robbie Lewis will kick it away when we get back from this TV timeout. Redskins have 7 minutes and 1 second left in this first half to try to answer back. 13-6 our score. Winton Woods on top. And this game is played close to the vest as we thought it would. Winton Woods broke out on the first play from scrimmage with an 80-yard run by Thomas Owens. But really since then it's been kind of an even game.
Yeah, it really has.
Robbie Lewis will kick it away. And again, back for the Redskins is Shingleton, Payne, and Lemberg. It would be really cool as if we could fix it somehow where Ed would have a mic and he could just tell me in my headset.
No, I don't think that'd be a good idea. We'd hear him eating. Okay, we're back now for that TV timeout.
Lewis approaches the ball, and here we go. And this time it's going to be fielded on about the 1 yard line by Shingleton. Shingleton has an open on the sideline. Shingleton 30, 35. He's at the 40, and they say he stepped out of bounds.
Way back here. Said he stepped way back out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Wow. Shingleton looked like he had the sideline, but the referee says he stepped out of bounds on the 28. That's where the Redskins, actually they're going to make it the 28. And that's where the Redskins will have 1st and 10 with 6:54 left in the first half.
2 receivers out here to the right for the Redskins. I believe it's Braunhaver and Lenberg.
Sheldon motion. And they give it to Jake Nelson. And Jake gets it over the 30, up to about the 33. Brought down by Dyer. Zontre. That's a nice gain up to the 30, actually make the 34-yard line, a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. Jake Nelson run the ball well here tonight.
Yes,
Dan.
he really is. Again, they're going to have 2 receivers out to left, and they're going to have 1 to the right. I believe Jordan Shelton out here to the right.
2nd and 4. Shelton motion. Here they come again, and they pass it complete. There's Shelton, I believe, isn't it?
Yep, it's going to have a 1st down.
Shelton catches a swing pass, gets it up close to a 1st down yardage. Let's see where they mark him at.
He's got it.
Brought down by Corey Weber. And he's going to be just a little bit shy. I think it's going to be 3rd down and less than a yard.
You've got to be kidding me. That looks like he was past the line of scrimmage.
Yep, they're going to bring the chains in and take a look at it, I think. Jordan Shelton caught that swing pass, got a block. I couldn't see who made the block out there, the other wide receiver on that side. And they're going to take a look at this one. 5:53 left in the first half. Greg Ellis along with Dan Albers. Redskins trail 13-6 to Winton Woods. on Thursday Night Football on Fox Sports.
Yes,
and,
USBN Sports.
USBN Sports and Anderson Community Television. And I have to think a lot of people are watching this game.
They got a first down.
So you called it, Dan. He did have the first down.
Yep. You know, Gray, it's funny to come back at this at Winton Woods when it used to be the old former Forest Park High School and how it's changed drastically. Used to have grass, now they have the turf. I mean, it's a beautiful stadium.
It is. They have a lot of track events up here when Katie was running.
And they have two receivers out here to the right.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line, their own 38 for the Redskins with 5:40 left in the first half.
Where's the clock? Play clock?
I didn't see a play clock. And Mason gives it to Jake Nelson, tries the left side. Jake
Got
Nelson
some room, all right.
Gets it out to about the 44-yard line, a 6-yard pickup. And if you keep getting 6 yards in the first play, you're doing well. Antonio Poole brought him down.
Yeah, and Greg, again, the offensive line doing a nice job. And they actually see something that they like here, running that ball with Jake Nelson. And like Coach said, he's probably not one of the, the typical Anderson back, but he always seems to get 100 yards, and he runs hard.
You know what he's doing? They're running behind Ronnie Giver is what they're doing on the left side.
Ronnie Giver, if you remember last year, took the place of Chris Norwell that ended up going to Ohio State, so that ought to tell you something.
2nd and 4. And Jake Nelson has a first down and more as he gets it into Winton Woods territory. Tried the right side that time. First down, Redskins, brought down by Chuck Wynn.
So, again, what a good job by that offensive line, and Nelson doing a good job. And, again, Greg, importantly, they're taking the ball, taking their time, going down, and more importantly, not giving the ball back to Winton Woods. You see what's happened when they've given the ball up. They gave up a fumble, Winton Woods scores. They just cannot do that.
1st and 10 for the Redskins on the Winton Woods 48 with 4:33 left in the first half.
Two receivers to the left, almost on a double stack.
That is Kaiser in motion. And they give it to Jake Nelson. And this time he's not much there. He may have picked up a yard, if that, as Winton Woods was there to answer on that play. Tackle was made by number 51, Travis Coleman.
Speaking of Norwell, we're going to have him on at halftime from an earlier interview that he had with Ohio State, and also Mark Retterer, who just played with Louisville. So we're going to have two guys that are playing college football right now that are former Anderson Redskins.
Excellent. Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9 from the 47-yard line for the Redskins. Under 4 minutes to play, first half.
Two receivers to the left. That's Braunhaber in motion.
Mason back to pass, rolling right, looking downfield. He fires. Oh, it's a pass interference, I'm sure. And
there it is.
You know what? This referee was staring right at it 3 yards away, didn't make the call, but the other official did make the call. Pass interference, and it'll go against Winton Woods.
Yeah, it was kind of, as you said, the far back judge made the call, but the guy that was right there on it did not make the call.
So that'll be an automatic first down for the Redskins. They don't mark it at the spot of the foul, do they? That's not what they've done in the past, I didn't think. But that's what they're doing. I thought that was like a 5 or 10 yard penalty. But they will mark it on the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 Redskins, with 3:45 left in this first half.
Two receivers to the right.
Jake Nelson, not much there. Somebody lost a shoe.
I thought it was a fumble at first.
And Nelson gets it up to about the 30. It's a short gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Harrison Reed, a linebacker, made this tackle for Winton Woods. Jordan Sheldon is the one that lost a shoe. Who? 74 did too.
No, 74 is the one that lost the shoe.
74 is the one that lost it. That is Matt Rusing, the player of the quarter.
Yep, thank you very much. Again, if you're out there, you can drop us an email at usbnsports@yahoo.com. Let us know where you're listening from.
They have stopped the clock with 3:14 to play in this first half. I guess it's the officials' time so he can get his shoe back on. All right, now they wind it up. 3:10, 3:09 to play, first half. Redskins facing a 2nd and 8 from the 30-yard line of Winton Woods.
Austinbeck and Lemberg split to the left and Shelton out here to the right. It's like Winton Woods showing blitz.
Mason back to pass. There is a blitz. He gets rid of it. It's complete to Jake Nelson, who
He's got
gets
room.
outside. And Jake Nelson gets pushed out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 9. And that is close to first down yardage. Brought down out of bounds by Zontre Dyer.
And that's a great call when you're going to do that, and they've got him blitzing. Like you said, you can see that they were blitzing, and it's a great call to do that, especially when it works.
So let's see. They're going to mark him down on the 23 instead of the 21, so it's going to bring up a third down play.
They didn't give him much. I was going to say, okay, now he's moving. I was going to say they didn't really give him much yardage there, but
I thought he got pushed down to 21, but they're going to say it was the 23. And guess what? They're going to bring the chains in again. And take a look at it. Stopping the clock with 2:49 left in this half.
Greg, where's the ball at? I don't even see where the ball's
It's
laid down.
on the sideline over there on the 23.
Oh, okay, I see it.
it?
I see it. They got it.
And looks like they have the first down. First and 10
All right,
Redskins.
all right.
How about that? Redskins have all 3 timeouts left. 2:49 left in the first half, and they have a first and 10 on the Winton Woods 23-yard line. I'm telling you what, the Redskins can convert here, go into halftime, tied up. I like our chances.
Thank you very much.
I like our chances with our coaching staff.
You said that pretty serious. It gave me a serious look on that one,
Yeah, you
too.
like that? That scared you a little bit on that?
You did. 2 receivers out here to the right for the Redskins.
Jake Nelson trying the right side, and Jake still on his feet.
Might have had a face mask there, but it looked like he grabbed the back of his jersey. But Jake Nelson doing a great job. That offensive line doing a fantastic job.
Zontre Dyer brought down Jake Nelson after a gain of 3 up to the 19. It'll be 2nd and 7. And the clock continues to roll. 2:25 left in this first half.
2 receivers to the left, Lindbergh and Shelton to the left. Coming with the blitz.
And Jake Nelson moving the pile as he gets up close to the 15-yard line. That's not going to be have a first down, but a nice job, nice surge by the offensive line.
Doing a great job. Looks like we're going to have a timeout, I think, by Anderson.
Mark Jake Nelson down on the 15, where it'll be 3rd down and about 3.
Timeout, Anderson.
So that stops the clock with 2:02 left in the first half. And if you don't get the first down here, Dan, do you go for the field goal?
I don't know. It depends on
what
how
happens
close.
on it.
Yeah, if
If
it's
it gets
3rd
sacked,
inches,
sacked, you certainly go for the field
I think
goal.
so. Yeah, I think so.
But if you got 3rd inches or 4th and inches, I think you go for it. We're switching tapes on the TV side. Timeout.
Down here.
We're back on the
second
TV
down,
side.
excuse me.
2nd down and 3rd down and 3 from the 15.
They got 2nd and 3 up there on the clock on the board.
Jake Nelson tries the left side, and Jake
Got a first
moving
down.
his feet. He's close to first down yardage. They're going to mark him down right where he needed to get to.
Someone's helmet came off. It might have been Jake Nelson. It's like they're going to come in and measure again, Greg.
No, it's a first down Redskins. Jake Nelson tackled on about the 12-yard line. The Redskins 1st and 10. What another really, really impressive drive.
And they're going to split 3 receivers out to the left, and they're going to split Reed Kaiser out there now.
1st and 10 from the 12. Oh, no! Over Mason's head, and he's going to fall all the way back on the 32-yard line. 20-yard loss. Oh, my gosh. We've seen about one of those a game, Dan, and what a bad time for that to happen. Clock still running. 1:08 left, 1:05 left in the first half. And it's going to be 2nd down and a long way. Ball on the 32-yard line.
And they're going to have to hurry up, too, Gray. That clock, they got 55 seconds, 2 receivers to the left and 3 to the right.
2nd and 30.
Blitz.
And Mason back to pass. He's being pressured. There's a flag on the play. Might be a hold against the Redskins as Mason is sacked on about the 36. But let's see what the flag's about.
And you talk about unraveling here, Greg, and it's really unraveling here for the Redskins.
It's a hold against the Redskins, Dan.
Wow.
So that's going to, man, the Redskins had a 1st and 10 on the 12, and now they are way out of even field goal range with 42 seconds to play. in this first half. They will take it all the way back to the 45-yard line after that hold penalty.
You know, how big would that have been if they would have scored, because they deferred in the second half to get that kickoff. So that maybe that's the only good thing that they've got going on this. And then the clock starts running, Greg, and I don't know if they realize that or not. They've got 35 seconds.
Second 40 from the 45. Actually, it's second and 43. Mason rolling right to throw. Looking downfield, he fires.
Wide open!
Wide open! Reed Kaiser! 10, the 5!
Touchdown!
Reed Kaiser! A touchdown!
How about that?
Reed Kaiser!
Wow!
Hauls in the pass. That was Reed Kaiser.
Reed Kaiser wide open.
With 13 seconds left in the first half, the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this up.
Hey, what do you have in your playbook for second and 43 or whatever it was? Wow.
Redskins in the huddle. Now they will shift into XP formation. They've already had an extra point block, so this is a big point.
Watch
here.
Cook on this side, Greg. I believe that's Cook, isn't it? Or Corey Weber.
Corey
I'm sorry.
Weber. Mason will hold. Lines are down. Good snap. Kick is up.
Wow.
It's long enough.
And it is
good.
good. That is big. We get the kickoff.
You got that right. With 13 seconds left in the first half, the Redskins scored big on a 42-yard pass play from Mason to Reed Kaiser, a couple of juniors.
Wow.
And now they've tied up 13 apiece.
How demoralized. I mean, you look at it, but the emotions. Long snap, pushing them back. And then Winton Woods thinking they're sitting pretty. Anderson makes a huge play. That is just mammoth.
Reed Kaiser was way open. And give Nick Mason credit for avoiding the rush out here. He rolled right and bought himself some time.
I tell you what, Coach Cook comes up with some great plays and some great calls, and he did there again. And, again, offensive line doing a great job again.
Hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still got 13 seconds to play here. We saw in the first play from scrimmage, it doesn't take Winton Woods long to strike. So Chapman will tee it up and kick it away. And again, back to return to kick is Wynn, number 25.
See the Redskins now, see how they do this kickoff, if they're going to split everything up. And again, they're doing that again. Splitting half the team to the left and half the team to actually they're not doing that now, just like a standard kick.
Tommy Chapman will kick it away. 13 seconds to play. And here we go. And this one he lines through the middle. It's touched by one of the up men. The ball is still loose. It's going to be picked up by Kemper, and he's going to be hitting. There's a flag on the play. He's going to be hitting stopped on about the 13-yard line. The good news is that play took 10 seconds. There's only 3 seconds left in the half.
And it'll probably be on Winton Woods, and then I would imagine, Greg, that they'll just take a knee. They don't want anything stupid to happen, but you never know. That's why you and I are up here.
We're looking for a flag here. There is a flag. We're waiting for a call. The flag was against the man who was blocking Chad Barth. How about that?
That's just because Chad is the beast there. See, gets it after the father.
So they will mark that ball back from the. Right now, it's on the 16, 15. Let's see where they're going to put it down on the 9. 3.7 seconds left in the first half. And it looks like Winton Woods is going to take a knee here and take it to the locker room. And that's what they do. We have reached halftime here in a really, really good game in Week 9. And our score, it's Anderson 13, Winton Woods 13. We'll be back with the second half right after this. We are back on the cable side. Greg Ellis along with Dan Albers and Tim Huntington, our cameraman, and our spotter, Ed Barth. And as Tim has shown you on the cable side, we're about a minute and a half away from the start of the second half. Redskins with an electrifying 42-yard pass play from Nick Mason to Reed Kaiser tied it up right before halftime. And as you see right there, it's 13-13. That's our score. Redskins gave up a 80-yard run from scrimmage on the first play for Winton Woods as they went up 7-0, but the Redskins put together a very long sustained drive where they answered back. They got an extra point blocked. Teams traded a couple of turnovers, but the Redskins, as we said, have hung right in there, and they are tied 13-13 in this incredibly important game as we approach the second half.
Yeah, it really is. And again, Anderson is going to get the kickoff here in the second half.
This is we've talked about this a few times, Dan. This is our 20th year of doing these games on Anderson Community Television, and it seems like they get better and better every year in terms of the fun factor. It's fun to cover a team like this.
Yeah, you're not kidding. So as we said, Anderson will get the second half. See if Winton Woods has any wrinkles here to start the second half. And as you were saying, I don't know who you said you were talking to, but they were saying that Dave Lapham was just praising the Anderson Redskins and how well they're coached.
How fundamentally sound they were. And he hasn't even seen the adjustments Coach Giesing's going to make for the second half yet either. So
you're not kidding.
Redskins tied 13-13. Again, drop us an email if you're listening to us on the internet at usbnsports@yahoo.com. Hey, Dan, you ever get emails during the week from people who are watching the game on TV?
Sometimes, everyone. No, not with that. But I mean, I'll get someone like Ryan Austinbeck's dad thanked us last week. So we get people that thank us for bringing the game, and we do obviously appreciate all that. I'm sure Jake Nelson is having himself a pretty nice game too as well. You know, he's running the ball very hard, and again, that offensive line doing a nice job.
So the Redskins, as we said earlier, deferred to start this game, so they're going to receive the kick to start this second half. And Louis Lemberg, along with number 1 Chris Shingleton, will be the deep man on this kickoff, along with Kyle Payne, number 15. And Robbie Lewis will tee it up and kick it away for Winton Woods. Redskins moving left to right on your internet dial as we start this third quarter. 13-13. You can't get much better than that first half in terms of watching a fun football game.
You're not kidding.
We're going to see more of the same here. So Lewis is ready to go. We're ready to start the second half. And here's the kick.
And
then it's a pooch kick. It's going to go out of bounds. Thankfully,
wow.
Winton Woods taking a play out of the Redskins playbook as they tried a little pooch kick. Went out of bounds about the 35-yard line. The Redskins have pretty good field position.
Yeah, I mean, kind of surprised by that. I didn't think they would, but yeah, they are taking a page out of the Redskins book, and usually for Anderson it works. It backfired here for Winton Woods.
So they're going to mark the ball down on the 35-yard line, and that's where the Redskins will have a 1st and 10 to start the second half. Again, Jake Nelson had a very good first half, ran hard, picked up some big first downs, and he is in the backfield along with Nick Mason. Redskins open with trips right, Dan.
Wow.
They give it to Jake Nelson, and he gets it ahead for a couple yards, pushed back after a gain of 2, pushed back by Demetrius Mason, the big defensive lineman for Winton Woods.
Again, what the Redskins really want to do, Greg, here is take a lot of time off that clock. More importantly, they want to have some kind of a score here, but they want to take a lot of time off that clock and not give the ball back to Winton Woods to have a chance to score.
Gain of 2, make it 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line for the Redskins. Again, it's Jake Nelson trying the middle. Jake gets close to the 40.
Spins out, wow.
And there's a late flag. I don't know what that was about. Ed thinks it might be a face mask as Jake Nelson got it up to about the 40.
And fast Eddie Barth right on that one.
You know, Winton Woods is by a large margin the most penalized team in this league.
Really?
I
didn't know that.
And that is a penalty against Winton Woods. It's going to give us a 1st down.
If I would have done my homework, I would have known that.
They were penalized for like 180 yards last week against Milford.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a big one right there. It gives Anderson the 1st down. Anderson again doing that where their backs are to the football. The whole line is, And then Nick Mason makes his call, and they all automatically turn around and quickly snap the ball.
1st and 10, Redskins ball on their own 45-yard line. I don't know what this PA announcer is watching.
What did he say?
On the 35. Shelton in motion. And Jake Nelson has some room on the right side. He's at the midfield. And Nelson gets pushed out at about the 47-yard line of Winton Woods. Misdirection play. Nelson pushed out by Chuck Wynn, but that's a gain of about 7 yards.
And, Greg, they obviously have seen something here that they saw that they made an adjustment to, and that's what they did, that misdirection. And I think they like having those guys, well, I just say that, and they're getting ready right up to the line of scrimmage. But they obviously like having their back towards the ball.
2nd and 2 from the 47.
Take their time here, Greg.
And Jake slips a tackle and gets close to a first down. I think he's going to be just shy as he gets it up just short of the 45-yard line, tackled by Antonio Poole for Winton Woods.
Yeah, it's Antonio Poole. Nice player going to UC.
3rd and about a half a yard for the Redskins at the Winton Woods 45.5. 10:20 left, 3rd quarter. Redskins and Winton Woods tied up at 13 apiece.
Again, they got their backs again to the ball. They're going to quickly turn around.
Winton Woods loading the ball. Oh, there's a high snap over Mason's head.
What's he doing?
And he's going to fall all the way back on the 34-yard line. My goodness, that's another 20-yard loss. And just when the Redskins had some momentum, at a 3rd and a half a yard, they're going to have to punt it from their end of the field.
Well, that one, I don't know if that one was Nick Mason or, I mean, it was a high snap, but.
Taylor Ray will punt it away. Line of scrimmage is a 34. And Ray almost gets it blocked. He gets it away over the head of the return man, Graves. And it's going to roll dead on the 16-yard line. That's a 49-yard punt with no return. Great job by Taylor Ray, but guys, you hope the defense can rise to the occasion.
Yeah,
here.
You're not kidding, because that was a big opportunity wasted for the Redskins. They were driving, looking good, and it's twice now that's happened, kind of close to each other too, Greg, if you think about it.
Yep.
End of the 3rd quarter now, happening again.
We'll mark that ball down on the 17-yard line. That's where Winton Woods will have it when we come back from this TV timeout. 9:28 left in the 3rd quarter. Redskins and Winton Woods tied at 13 apiece. You got any emails, Dan?
I'm checking right now. Greg, you going to get in that coloring contest that they're having?
I got a D in art. Mr. Robbins gave me a D in art in 8th grade. I don't know if it has anything to do with. In the shop class, I didn't do well. Mr. Kraft with plastisol molding. I made a change purse that had a hole in it big enough for a quarter to slide through. And was it Joe Bomas? The wood shop guy.
See, I was going to say Ernie Finch. Yeah.
Did you ever Ernie Finch?
Finch? And what about Harold Bunch or whatever his name was? Bunch and Finch.
How about, did you ever have Mr. McCutcheon?
Yes. I cussed him out in class one time.
Did he say, "Could you get through your thick skull?"
Boy, I'm warning you, boy.
All right. Winton Woods, 1st and 10 on their own 17-yard line.
2 receivers to the left, or to the right for Winton Woods. No one out on the 1 receiver. They're daring him again to throw the football. Anderson switches now back to a stack.
They pitch it to Underwood, trying to get wide on the right side. He's got some room, but Underwood over the 30, going to be brought down on about the 36-yard line. That's a 19-yard pickup. Kyle Payne brought him down. But, again, Winton Woods flashing their speed there, Dan.
Yeah, they were, and Anderson kind of switched defense. Looks like Kyle Payne is limping a little bit, holding his leg, but they kind of switched out of a defense and went back into another one, and quickly Winton Woods gets up to the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10, Winton Woods on their own 36-yard line. And they give it to Kemper. And Kemper is going to be hit and stopped.
Fumble. They're saying it's a fumble.
They say there's a loose ball. I don't know. No indication yet. The ball's being marked down on the 40-yard line. Still no indication. They're saying it's still Winton Woods' ball. Looked like there was certainly must have been a fumble at one point, but the Winton Woods has come up with it. Brian Vale was at the bottom of that pile along with number 58, Aaron Patton, the offensive lineman. It thinks it might have been a dual possession type of thing, so make it 2nd down and 5 from the 40-yard line.
Winton Woods is going to split one receiver to the right and one to the left.
That is Win in motion. They hand off to Kemper.
Wow.
Kemper right to the middle, and he's got one man to beat. And Kemper's going to be into the end zone for the touchdown. 60-yard run for Aaron Kemper, and with 8:26 to play in the 3rd quarter, Winton Woods strikes quickly. They now lead 19-13. Aaron Kemper took that handoff, went right through the middle of that line, and once he got out in the clear, Dan, it was pretty evident he was going to take it in for the touchdown.
Wow, that was quick. I mean, that was just devastating right there for the Redskins. Kemper just shows his speed. He puts it in, and Winton Woods now up 19-13.
Robbie Lewis will attempt the extra point. Kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good. As Tim showing you on the TV side with 8:26 to play, 3rd quarter. Winton Woods strikes quickly on a 60-yard run from scrimmage by Aaron Kemper. They now lead the Redskins 20-13. So the Redskins will have to see if they can answer back on offense.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Giesting was out there yelling at the referee. I think he's still a little upset about that ball. He thought it was their ball.
We've got a TV timeout going here on the Fox Sports Network. So we will have the kickoff delayed a bit. Next week, the Redskins are home in Week 10, where they will play the Harrison Wildcats. And you know what, Dan? We talked about it in Redskin Review that Harrison might have something to play for in Division II.
Yeah, they're at 4-4 right now, and they still have a pretty good shot at making the playoffs. See if Winton Woods tries to do that little pooch kick again.
Again, next week, John Raymond will be sitting in with Dan to bring you the broadcast, as I will be in Philadelphia. You know what? If the Phillies come back and get to the World Series, which looks doubtful now, but if they do, there's a World Series game in Philly that night.
You going to try to go? Is that what you're saying?
No,
big Phillies fan now?
Yeah, I'm a big Philly fan. I was there when I went to the game here when the Reds lost in the 3rd game of the divisional series.
Kind of look like the fanatic you do.
Thank you very much.
I'm kidding.
Thank you, Gapper. You could come to the party as
Gapper.
as Gapper or the Fanatic. Actually, I'll be the Fanatic, you be Gapper. All right, we're set to kick off here. Chris Shingleton, the deep man, and Lewis is going to this time kick it away. Shingleton fields it at about the 2, the 10, 15, and Shingleton fumbles the ball, and it goes out of bounds. It'll still be Redskins ball. That could have been disaster.
That would have been big.
Goes out of bounds on the 15-yard line. Kyle Payne is the one who recovered it. But it'll be Redskins ball on the 15-yard line with 8:18 to play 3rd quarter. What you don't want to do is have a 3-and-out here, Dan, and with Winton Woods with all the momentum, give it back to him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. They have to sustain a nice drive here. Going to have 2 receivers split out to left. It's going to be Lemberg and Shelton.
Mason in the shotgun. And he gives it to Jake Nelson, and Jake gets it up over the 20. That's a gain of about 4 yards, going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Jake Nelson, again, running right behind center.
And that's what, Greg, they just want to do that. Like you said, you're picking up some big yards on that 1st down, and that's very important for them to do.
They're going to give Jake Nelson 5 on that carry, make it 2nd down and 5. Travis Coleman made the stop for Winton Woods.
Going to split Braunhaver and Lemberg to the left and Shelton to the right.
2nd and 5 from the 21. Shelton in motion. And they give it to Jake Nelson. And Jake gets it close to the 25. And that's going to bring it's close to a 1st down. Let's see where they mark him at. He was stopped by Barwick. It's going to be just shy of the 1st down. I don't know. What is it? It's right on the 25-yard line. So evidently it's short of the first down. It's going to be third down and about a yard.
See if they do the quarterback sneak with Nick Mason. Again, all the linemen have their backs to the ball. And they'll turn around as soon as Nick gives them the signal what to do.
Third and 1 from the 25. Redskins got to pick this one up. And they give it to Jake Nelson, and he has the first down as he gets it up over the 25.
Almost did not get it. They were coming in with a blitz, and he had to sidestep somebody.
Gets it up to about the 25 and a half.
I don't know if he got it, Greg.
Boy, you got a poor mark. I'll give you that. They're going to bring the chains in and take a look at it. I thought he had it. You don't think he has it?
No, I don't think he does.
Look where they marked that ball at. He fell over the 26. So they'll bring the chains in and take a look at it, and we'll see what happens here.
Short.
And he is short by about half a foot.
Anderson's going to go for it, it looks like.
So the Redskin punt team is not on the field. Let's see if they try to draw Wentwood's off sides. As we said, this is the most heavily penalized team in the city. Fourth down, half a yard from the 25-yard line. Boy, this is critical if the Redskins don't get this one. And the Redskins going to call timeout and talk about this. 6:19 left in the third quarter, and I think the Redskins may end up punting this away, Dan.
Yeah, I think they were trying to see if they could, try to mix them up and see what they were going to do. But, yeah, I mean, they're in danger here. If they don't get this first down, they're giving Winton Woods some great field position.
Winton Woods was flagged last week for 15 penalties against Milford. They've been flagged twice here tonight. So they are playing a fine game, Winton Woods is. Fourth down and about a half a yard from the 25.5-yard line. And Winton Woods up 20-13. And we'll see what the Redskins opt to do here as they have called a timeout. Ned's pointing out that the punt team is over here on the side. So
I think they are going to go for it, Greg. You look at it a couple ways. They know that they've got to win this game. And if the way they're probably figuring is if they can't pick up inches, then they don't deserve it. Maybe they're going to give them to try to jump off sides.
Well, that's what they're going to go for it here. Fourth and inches from the 25.5. Redskins at the line. And the Redskins with their linemen with the back to the line. And now we're ready to go here. Jake Nelson. And he has the first down as he falls ahead to the 28-yard line. Big fourth down conversion for the Redskins.
Kidding. You're not kidding. Where they had the ball, on the 26-yard line, and that is just that's confidence in your offense right there.
First and 10 Redskins ball on the 28-yard line, and Jake Nelson's playing a heck of a game, Dan. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, he really is. He's got to have well over 100 yards. Again, they're going to split two receivers out here left. It's Lindbergh and Shelton.
Clock still running. Under 6 minutes to play. Third quarter. Redskins trail by 7. And they hand to Jake Nelson, and Jake, forward progress, takes him up to about the 30-yard line. It's a short pickup of 2. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
Greg, it just looks like they're trying to set something up again. Just doing the run, and maybe you'll see, kind of get him to sleep and see him going to Reed Kaiser again.
Keno Hollins made the stop on the 30-yard line, make it 2nd down and 8.
Again, the Redskins with their back, the lineman's back to the ball, and they're going to turn around again. They got 2 receivers out to the left. It's going to be Shelton and Lindbergh out to the left.
Taking up a lot of clock here. 5:15 to play, third quarter. 2nd and 8. And against Jake Nelson, who slips a tackle, falls up to about the 35. That's a 5-yard pickup. It's going to bring him up 3rd down and 3. Tripped up that time by Jonathan Barwick, the linebacker for Winton Woods. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 from the 35-yard line.
And we're already down to 4:50 to go in this quarter, Greg. So Anderson again taking up a lot of time, and I would imagine if they don't pick, they're going to go for it again. I would imagine. You think?
Depends on where they get it to. Another big 3rd down play. So it looks like seems like the Redskins had lots of 3rd down plays in this game, and they go back to pass. It's Mason. He's got a man off. It's Nelson. It's
Yes!
Nelson. Hauls it in Wentwood's territory at the 45. 1st down, Redskins.
That's a great play action pass. I thought Jake Nelson had the football. They did a great job, and Jordan Shelton getting open again, and Anderson threatened to score again.
That was a 20-yard pass play. 1st and 10 Redskins on the Winton Woods 45-yard line. Lots of 3rd down conversions in this
Absolutely.
game.
You know, that's got to be the very big positive, Greg. And also, there's not been a lot of penalties on the Redskins tonight.
Right. On either team, really. Again, it's Nelson trying the left side. Nelson makes a cut, and Jake falls up to about the 40-yard line. So another pickup of 5 yards. And this offensive line is doing a very good job, Dan.
They are. Jake Nelson is just running extremely hard. And you know what, Greg? I keep giving him the ball when you're picking up. You're getting 5-6 yards on his run. Keep running until they stop, and then you're going to have that play-action pass going.
Walter Richardson made the tackle for Winton Woods. 2nd and 5 from the Winton Woods 40-yard line with under 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter.
Redskins taking their time. They snap it now finally.
Mason back to pass. He's being pressured. And Mason gets away from a couple men, but not from the 3rd one. As he's going to be hit and tackled at about the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 5. And bring up a 3rd and 10. That was Desmond Jarman, the defensive lineman, who brought him down.
Yeah, it brings up a big, that pushed him back big time, Greg. And instead of 2nd and 5 or shorter, now they're at 3rd and 10.
Ball right at the 45-yard line, 3rd and 10.
Mason in the shotgun.
And he's going to put it up. He fires over the middle. Nobody there. Mix up on the routes. Jordan Shelton was there, but Jordan Shelton had pulled up, and Mason thought he was going deep. So
he was trying to do a slant, actually, and a guy cut him off. And the coaches were wanting a call there, but they didn't call anything. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
4th and 10, and the Redskins show no signs of punting. Clock stopped with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Redskins trailed 20-13, and they're going to go for it here. 4th and 10 from the Winton Woods 45-yard line. Hook and ladder, Dan?
Could be a good spot for it. They're showing blitz, Greg.
Nope.
Pooch. Oh,
Mason's
no.
going to punt it away. We're going to go straight up in the air.
Oh.
And it's going to be down on the 37-yard line. That's about a 8-yard punt.
They do a pooch punt, and it just went straight up in the air. So good job by Winton Woods.
Actually, it was a 7-yard punt down on the 38-yard line. So that looked like something Ed kicked in the circle, 8th grade. So Winton Woods with good field position and with a 7-point lead. They have a 1st and 10 on their own 38-yard line.
And Wood's band coming over here. I'm surprised they don't hit each other in the head.
And Owens has got the ball, trying the option. He gets tackled at about the line of scrimmage, tackled by Thomas Crockett, but we got a flag on the play.
Well, it's going to be a holding call on Winton Woods.
Owens got back to the line of scrimmage, but it's a flag against Winton Woods and holding, and the Redskins got to take that penalty and push it back some.
Absolutely.
So after they mark this ball off, let's see, this penalty, they will put it on the 25-yard line where it'll be 1st down and about 23.
Going to have one receiver to the left and one to the right.
And Owens gives it to Kemper.
No, he keeps it.
Keeps it himself, and Owens gets it up to about the 31-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup brought down by Taylor Ray. So make it second down and about 17 yards. Ball on the 31-yard line.
And see, Redskins defense going to have to come up big here, Greg. No big plays. They can't afford to give up a big play. They're going to have one receiver left and one to the right.
Second and 17 for the 31. And Owens back to pass. He's rolling right. He looks. He fires. It's complete. Up to about the 41-yard line. That was the running back, number 33, Kemper, who caught the pass, run out of bounds by Kyle Payne. And it'll bring up a third down and about 6.
Yeah, they don't do that often, Greg, and trying to trick the Redskins, but they were there to hold them. So that big holding call on him was a pretty big play, but here's a big third down for the Redskins.
Ball is on the 41-yard line for Winton Woods. Third down and 7. They need to get it to the 48-yard line.
Going to have 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Kemper very deep back in the backfield.
And back again to pass is Owens. He falls
down. All right.
Owens slips down on about the 33-yard line, and that's a loss of 8. And Winton Woods is going to have to punt it away with a minute 20. This is the first. Is this the first? No, they punted.
First punt. That's the first punt, isn't it?
No, I think they punted once before. Yeah. That is number 58, Patton, who will punt it away. Shingleton stands on the 40-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the 33.
So the bend but don't break defense does it again, and they come up big. Right? They've come up big all year for the Redskins, and they really needed them then.
And it's blocked. It's picked up by number 37.
Touchdown! All right.
Touchdown, Redskins.
How about that?
Austin White picks up that blocked punt and takes it into for the score, and the Redskins are an extra point away from tying it up.
Wow, how about that? You talk about turning over, the momentum, everything going. Redskins blocking a punt and return it for a touchdown. That is huge. Are they going to go for 2, Greg?
They're in the huddle.
Reed Kaiser coming in the ballgame now. See what they do, Greg. They might try to go for 2 to take the lead. It's like they're going to have a Giver coming on late. They might have to call a timeout here, Greg.
They've already used one timeout.
They're going to go for 2, it looks like.
They are going for – no, they're going to switch into the XP formation. There's a flag.
It looks like Winton Woods jumped off sides, Greg.
So that'll take it down to the 1-yard line. Do you go for 2 now?
You might. It depends on what you might. No. You know what? I'd still kick it. Greg. You don't want to lose a ball game because you don't kick an extra point. I don't know, man.
So it is offsides against Winton Woods, and they'll put it on the 1-yard line, and the Redskins will go straight to the extra point formation. And watch for Weber. He blocked one already. Lines are down. Good snap. Kick is up. It's playing long enough, and it is good.
Wow.
How about that? Tim's going to show you on the TV side with 56.9 seconds left in the third quarter. Redskins block a punt, and Austin White takes it in, and they have tied Winton Woods up at 20 apiece.
Who blocked it? Was it Kyle Payne that blocked it?
Kyle Payne blocked the punt. Austin White picked it up and took it in.
That was just huge. You know, Greg, it's been some huge plays in this game, and really Anderson's given up 2 big plays to Winton Woods, one in the opening first handoff of the game, and then one here in the second half, and really has limited them to not anymore. You know, if it wasn't for those 2 big plays, it'd be a different ball game here.
You know what? If you think back to Redskin Review, one of the things Coach Geesting said was we have to win the special teams battle, and the Redskins just scored a touchdown on special teams.
Yep. So watch and see what happens here if the Redskins try to do something funky here.
Boy, after having 2 horrible plays where the ball was snapped over Nick Mason's hand to stop 2 touchdown drives, they have the Redskins tied at 20 apiece with under a minute to play in this third quarter. It's just it's a good thing.
This is a game that everybody's anticipated and couldn't wait. And really, this is one of the better probably Thursday night games they've had in a long time. Besides that, the Kings Glenessie game was an excellent one too. But this is a great ball game.
All right, Tommy Chapman tees it up. He'll kick it away. And again, Chucky Wynn, as the announcer keeps saying it, is the deep man. And he pooches it, Tommy Chapman does. And it's caught on about the 25-yard line by one of the up men, and he returns it to the 36-yard line. Kyle Payne made the tackle.
It's Timmy's boy.
Oh, is it? That's cool. So Winton Woods will have it 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line with 51 seconds left in this first half, or third quarter.
And they really, really cannot afford to give up a big play here. See if that defense can come up big again. Going to have one receiver out here to the left.
Make it the 37-yard line. 1st and 10.
Almost fumbled.
Almost fumbled, and Owens going to pitch it back. There's a flag on the play.
I think they moved. I think they had somebody move.
Underwood took that pitch, took it up to about the 42-yard line, tackled by Krutka, and let's see what the flag's about. And it will go against Winton Woods. And Dan, I talked about this before. This team is by far the most penalized team in the Cincinnati area.
Looks like they got an injured player. Is it 44? Number 44, it's Demetrius Mason down. He was the one that went in there to play fullback when they were running down on the goal line.
So that penalty will mark the ball back and nullify that gain by Underwood. You're right, Dean. I'm sure that Lapham and Johansson over there talking about how good it is to have a real competitive, real exciting game like this.
They've had some games that have been big blowouts. I know that Kings Glenessie game was an exciting game, and I bet you this is two really, really good. You're talking about 3 of the last 4 years, or last 3 years. These guys have been in the Division II state championship game. Right. So that tells you how good these programs are. And really, honestly, I don't know, Tim. You might want to go down go down on the cable.
The injured player for Winton Woods is still down. We're going to shut.
And Redskins.
You back, Tim? We're back on the cable side. They're going to mark the ball down on the 27-yard line, where it'll be first down and about 20.
2 receivers to the left and one to the right. Kind of a weird formation for Winton Woods. You don't see this too often.
And they give it to Kemper, and he's not going to get much. He gets stacked up right about the line of scrimmage. May have fallen ahead for a couple. Stephen James made the tackle for the Redskins. So they'll make it that 2nd down and 17. Ball on the 30-yard line. And guess what? That was the last play of the third quarter. We have reached the end of 3 quarters of play here at Winton Woods High School. In Week 9, as the Tim showing you on the cable side, our score, it's Winton Woods 20, Anderson 20. Do you have another play of the quarter?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, my God, I almost forgot about that.
Go for it, young man.
And how about this? Our only fitting senior player of the quarter is number 8, Jake Nelson, running back senior, played 4 years. Best football memory is playing in the regional championship game against Elder High School in 2009. Plans for the future, attending Brigham Young University, and then is serving a 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Relatives have played, he says, cousins with 5 boys, they all played and are playing football at UNLV, University of Utah, Southern Utah University, and BYU. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Who do you admire most? Thomas Monson, the president of LDS Church. He's a great example of service of oriented youth. Favorite college team is BYU. And his favorite athlete is Steve Young, number 8. So our Anderson Football Moms player of the quarter, and what a senior he has been, number 8, Jake Nelson. And
as we talked about it in the Redskin review the other night, Dan, Jake Nelson, another in a long line of fine Anderson running backs. And as Coach Geesting said, he may not have the speed that some of them had, but he's got good field vision, and he's a tough runner, and he's really showed it tonight.
Absolutely. So Elder hurrying up, getting up to the line of scrimmage, but we got a TV, we got the orange glove guy, the hamburger helper guy out there.
Did you say Elder?
Huh?
You said Elder. Winton Woods. I thought you said Elder up to the line.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
They want to take the snap, but the TV's still in a timeout.
It's the final countdown. I can do some push-ups right now.
Do it. 2nd down. You had one hand, Dan. Come on.
No, I'll tell you what. Instead, I'll do some squat thrust.
Please don't. 2nd down and 17 for Winton Woods. Ball on their own 30-yard line as we start this 4th quarter.
I mean, you can go on a bunch of games, Greg. I bet you and I in our 20 years or whatever been doing this, that how many games you could think of that were unbelievable in these Winton Woods Anderson games.
Do you remember the game when Molinex cut that?
I almost fell off the press box. You know, then you can't forget the championship, the regional championship game. I mean, how can you forget that? You know, then the game last year.
I wasn't there.
Oh, that's right, my bad.
All right, second down at 17 as we start this second quarter for Winton Woods from their own 30. And Owens is going to put it up. He fires, and it's complete out to about the 43-yard line.
Wow, that was a shock right there. They never throw the football.
Underwood makes a catch on the 43. Sorry, Dan. It's going to be a third down at about 4.
It was a nice throw. He slipped. If he wouldn't have slipped, he might have had it, but I thought Anderson was going to deflect it. So it's going to bring up a big third down here, Greg.
Third down at 4 from the 43-yard line.
2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left.
Underwood goes in motion. They hand it to Kemper. No, Owens is keeping it, and Owens picks up the first down as he runs out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Anderson, run out by Kyle Payne. A big third down conversion for the Warriors.
Yeah, they did. They did a nice job. Faked everybody out, thought Kemper had it. Owens keeps it. He gets a first down, and he's done a great job running the quarterback. Looks like a Anderson player late coming on the field.
That's
Austin. Too many on the field?
Austin White on the field. First and 10 for Winton Woods from the Anderson 47. They pitch it to Underwood. Underwood trying to get outside.
Nice job.
And he gets
It's going
tackled.
to be a hold call, I believe.
On about the 44 by Kretka, but let's see what the flag's about. There's a flag right there.
It's going to be a hold on Winton Woods. Should be a hold on Winton Woods.
The ball is marked down on the 43-yard line. But let's see what the penalty's all about here.
Yeah, they were pitching out here to the left. Face mask on Winton Woods.
So again, the Warriors are kicking themselves in the teeth here as they nullify that pickup of 4 yards, and it's going to march the ball back to the 48-yard line of Anderson.
You know, Greg, and this can end up being the difference of the game. You know, if Winton Woods keeps making these penalties, you know, they've given Anderson a shot, you know, giving him right back into him. So
we'll actually call it the 49-yard line. It'll be first down and 14 from the 49-yard line. 11 minutes left in the game.
Anderson faithful starting to finally get into it a little bit. 1 receiver to left, 1 to the right.
And they give it to Kemper, and Kemper, with a burst of speed, gets up to about the 44-yard line. Brought down by Brian Vale.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, man, he runs hard. Anderson's going to have to hurry up and call on the play.
This is they'll bring up a second down at about 7 from the 44.
Going to have 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Actually, 3 receivers, 1 in motion now.
And they give it to Kemper. And Owens going to keep it. And Owens falls ahead up to about the 39-yard line. It's going to be a third down and very short. Owens does a good job of faking the handoff. Jesse Carell made the tackle.
They're going to move it back, and it looks like they're about, 3 yards short or 2 yards short?
About a yard. Third down and about 1 from the 39-yard line. I'm sure this is 2 down territory as we are under 10 minutes to play in this game.
And we're going to have 1 receiver to the left and 1 to the right. Actually, 3 to the left, Greg. Try to see if they come on.
And they moved. No flag. My goodness. Winton Woods obviously were offside. No call, but Owens will keep the ball and take it up to the 35 for a first down. Wow.
Well, I think what that was, Greg, was the silent count or something because referees didn't think anything of it, and they get a first down, and they're driving to score to go ahead.
So Winton Woods first and 10 on the Anderson 35.
1 receiver to the left and 2 to the right.
Again, Underwood in motion. And they give it to Kemper this time, and he's going to be stopped for a short gain up to about the 33, tackled by Tony Martini. Make it second down and about 8. And
Guys, I'm sorry.
9 minutes left in the game, Dan.
Wow. You know, they're just shuffling guys in and out on defense, keeping everybody fresh.
Second down and 8 from the 33-yard line for Winton Woods.
2 receivers to the right for Winton Woods. Anderson showing blitz.
And Owens got to keep it, makes a cut, gets it over the 30 down to about the 29. That's about a 4-yard pickup. It's going to bring up a third down. Tackle was made by Matt White.
Matt having himself another good game again.
So it'll bring up a third down and about 4. Ball on the 29-yard line.
Anderson faithful getting up.
And we're at 8:15 to play.
You know, and Greg, we didn't really get a chance to look at the field goal kicker to see if he's going to be a factor or not, but didn't look like he was nowhere near what Tommy Chapman is.
Third down and 4 from the 29. They give it to Kemper, and Kemper takes it ahead for a first down as he gets it down to about the 20. Still on his feet. They're going to mark him down on about the 23-yard line, and that's another big third down conversion for Winton Woods.
Yeah, and I tell you what, he's just a hoss to get down. I mean, I think you're talking 190, you know, and he's doing a good job. And more importantly for them, Greg, they're down to 7:55 here in this ball game.
Mark him down to 22. It'll be first down and 10 from Winton Woods.
1 receiver out here to the right.
Is Owens changing the play here?
I don't know. He stepped back like he was.
And he's going to keep the ball. Makes one man miss, still on his feet, spins down to about the 20. He picked up 2 yards, but he was stopped in the backfield momentarily.
Yeah, he had to fight for everything that he can get on that one.
Krutka brought him down. After a pickup of 2, make it second down and 8. Ball on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and Greg, what's important for these guys on the offensive side of the football now, they have to keep themselves loose on that sideline. 1 receiver to the right for Winton Woods.
And again, it's Kemper, and he gets it down close to first down yardage, gets it up to about the 13-yard line. Tackled by Krutka after a gain of 7. It'll make it third and short.
Again, they're quickly getting up to the line of scrimmage. They're calling in the plays very quickly now.
Third down and a long yard. And Kemper has the first down as he gets it down over the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Winton Woods. Tackles made by Tony Martini again, but we are at 6:40 to play in this game, and Winton Woods has a first and goal on the Redskin 9.
Going to have 1 receiver split out to the left. Imagine you're going to see Kemper get the football here.
And he does that time, mix up on a handoff, but he takes it ahead for about 2 yards, maybe 3 down to the 6. Make it second and goal from the 6. Tackled that time by the lineman, Jesse Carell. Second and goal, and guess what? We're under 6 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, it's just incredible. They've sustained a nice long drive, and they're answering to Anderson's punt block. And they're going to have 1 receiver to left.
Second and goal from the 6. Another mix-up, and Owens is going to keep it. It's going to be hit stopped at about the line of scrimmage. He may have gotten a yard. It's going to bring up a third down.
You see Kyle Payne trying to reach in there and try to strip the football, but no, couldn't do anything. So brings up a huge, Greg, 3rd and 7.
Third and goal from the 7. Jesse Carell made the tackle on that play. And without a doubt, the biggest play of this game coming up. Third and goal from the 7-yard line with 5:20 to play. And Owens is rolling right, looking to throw. He fires the end zone. Touchdown, Winton Woods. Gary Underwood hauls it in the end zone with 5:05 left in the game. Winton Woods scores on a 7-yard pass from Owens to Underwood. They now lead.
Great call. It was a great call. They don't pass the ball that much, but great call by the coaching staff of Winton Woods. But, Greg, more importantly, here's a big extra point.
And Robbie Lewis will attempt to make this extra point. Lines are down. Weber will hold. Kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good. So with 5:05 left in this game, Winwood scores on a surprising 7-yard touchdown pass from Thomas Owens to Gary Underwood, and they now lead the Redskins 27-20. Redskins have 2 timeouts left. Plenty of time to answer back. That was a long, sustained drive by Winton Woods.
Said 17 plays, 63 yards is what they said.
17 plays. You know what that tells you is they converted, as we already know, they converted several third down plays. Yeah, that was after the short punt. No, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
No. No, that's not right because we blocked the extra point and we kicked off. So
that's right, after the kickoff. So Lewis will tee it up, and again, Chris Shingleton back along with Kyle Payne. And who's on this side, Ed? Lindbergh.
See if they try to do one of those pooches again, Greg, or if he's going to kick it deep. Got to have Chris Shingleton hold on to that football. You're not kidding. This is a great football game.
Is that what the PA guy said?
Yeah, he just said.
Well, he's right.
It is a great football game.
Still waiting for the TV timeout to evaporate. Greg Ellis along with Dan Albers, Tim Huntington, and Ed Barth. And this has been a great game to call, a great game to be at. Hope you're enjoying it. Redskins have hung right in there with this strong Winton Woods team. And we are set to go here. Lewis will kick it away. And again, Shingleton stands on the goal line to bring this one back. And he kicks it hard. And Shingleton on the 6, the 10, 15, 20.
Oh,
no! The 30, the 35, the 40. Makes a cut. Shingleton down on the 46-yard line. Nice return by Chris Shingleton. And the Redskins now have a short field to work with as they trail by 7 points with 4:57 to play.
Wow, what a great return. Like you said, Greg, special teams, they wanted to win it, and so far that's what they're doing. But more importantly here, Greg, they're trailing. They've got to put together a good drive here.
4:57 to play. Redskins 1st and 10 on their own 45, trailing by 7 points. And Mason's going to put it up. His pass is complete to Shelton. And Shelton just does get back to the line as Winton Woods was all over that. That was Zach Bomer who made the tackle.
Yeah, Tanner Braunhaver didn't do not a good job blocking on that one, and that's why he was there. If he would have had a nice block, might have been a different story.
2nd down and 10 from the 45 with 4:35 to play in the game. Mason again back to pass. He fires. He's got a man wide open. The 40, the 35, the 30.
Wow.
Pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. How in the world did Jordan Shelton get that wide open? Zach Bomar ran him out of bounds.
Unbelievable that he's that wide open. And we're at 4:20 to go in this ball game.
Mark him out of bounds on the 26-yard line. That is a 29-yard pickup.
They're going to have 2 receivers split to the left and 1 to the right.
And again, it's Jake Nelson, and he just does get back to the line. Tackled by Sean Jeter, number 15. Oh, Kyle's out? Kyle Payne is on the sidelines now.
Well, he's on.
I know.
Going to have Braunhaver and Lindbergh split to the left, and now Shelton coming over.
Gain of 2 on last play, 2nd down and 8 from the 25, and Mason back to pass. He's got time, he fires, he's got a man open, the 15 to 10. Lindbergh takes it down to about the 11-yard line, but we got a flag on the play.
It's going to be on Tanner Braunhaver.
Lindbergh hauled that pass in and took it down to the 11, but we're waiting for It's going to be pass interference against the Redskins. And the Redskin coaches don't like that call one tiny bit. Tim's going to go down on the team. That's it. The 25, the 20, the 15. Down on about the 14-yard line.
Anderson fumbled. Oh,
and they got
kept
it back
Wow.
on the 14-yard line. First down, Redskins on the 14. You back, Tim? Tim had to switch tapes.
Unbelievable.
So with 3:29 to play, Jordan Shelton again gets wide open. Mason hits him, and it's 1st and 10. They're actually going to mark him down on what yard line? What is that, about the 11? 12-yard line maybe, 1st and 10.
Oh, my God!
Again. Mason is going to fall all the way back on the 32. Another 20-yard loss. 3 times in this game that has happened. Oh, my gosh. All the way back on the 30-yard line. And it looks like the Redskins have called timeout. 3 times in this game, that very same thing has happened. The ball's been snapped over Nick Mason's head, but nothing more critical than this time is it's a loss all the way back to the 30-yard line. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 28.
Man, they're coming at bad times, too. And, this late in the game, you can't afford to do that.
You know what? I think Winton Woods called that timeout based on the scoreboard. The Redskin coaches are talking to the referees about some of these questionable calls, especially on that pass interference.
And they're asking about the one on Tanner Braunhaver.
But, man, the Redskins are shooting themselves in the foot big time. As they now face a 2nd down and 27 from the 30-yard line with 3:08 left in the game. Redskins trail 27-20.
Man, that's a killer, man.
Well, you know what? The last time this happened, the Redskins hit on a 42-yard pass play for a touchdown.
Got our TV timeout. I think it's over now. So, Greg, basically you just have to get half of this, pick half this up.
We certainly have 3 downs to try to pick this up, right?
Absolutely. Going to have 3 receivers. It looks like Jake Nelson split out here to the left, Greg.
He's in the slot.
Maybe try to get a screen. Ossenbeck out here, too. Jordan Shelton single coverage out here by himself.
And they didn't snap the ball, and it's going to be another 5-yard penalty against the Redskins. Oh, my gosh. False start against the Redskins. And that's going to make it 2nd down and 32.
Yeah, and they're now the ones that are not. They're the inopportune time to come up with some bad plays, and they're doing it right now.
Ball's now marked at the 35, 2nd down and 32 with 3:06 to play. Mason back to pass. He fires. It's complete. Very little yardage that time is Kyle Payne, it looks like. Richardson made the tackle. Was that Kyle Payne? Huh? Reed Kaiser caught it. No gain. Make it 3rd down and 32 from the 35.
3 receivers to left.
2:40 to play.
Coming with the blitz, Greg.
Mason back to pass. He fires for Shelton. Shelton makes the catch. Makes a move. Shelton, the 20, the 18. Tackled right there. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and 16 from the 18.
So Anderson, I don't know if they'll call a timeout here and think about it.
Redskins have 2 timeouts left.
Just get a 1st down is all you really need to do.
Well, they need to get it to the 2 for a 1st down. Here we go.
2:10. This is the ball game right here.
It's 3rd or 4th? It's 4th down.
Should be 4th down.
It is. Mason back to pass. He fires. It's incomplete. Knocked away from Jordan Shelton by number 9, Harrison Butler. And Winton Woods is going to take over on downs. So Wynn-Woods will have the ball. I tell you what, I don't know who they got doing these first down chains and the linesman though for Winton-Woods, but he still has fourth down on his yard marker. But Winton-Woods is going to get the ball on downs with exactly 2 minutes left in the game. Redskins have 2 timeouts, so theoretically, if they could get 3 stops, they could get the ball back, Dan.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're giving that one official a very, very hard time. But what a great drive, but they just unfortunately had bad things happen to them.
They haven't even stretched out the change yet. Look at that. And Owens is going to keep it. Owens has some room on the outside, and he gets it ahead up to about the 27-yard line. Tackled by Brian Vale. I think it's a first down, but who knows? It's a 9-yard pickup coming up. It's 2nd and 1 with a minute and a half to play. Redskins do not call a timeout. Second and 1, a minute 25 to play. Owens keeps it, has a first down, and Owens still on his feet. And he gets it up to about the 38-yard line. That's a Wentwood's first down, and the Redskins might want to call their first time out here, or will they? Redskins trying to strip it, but no good. They couldn't get it out. And the Redskins do take a timeout, stopping the clock with, well, they called it like 4 seconds ago, but the clock says a minute 11 to play.
How many timeouts they got left?
They got 1 after this. Boy, you know what? As well as this team has played all year, they've had 3 incredible mistakes, and all of them were on high snaps to Nick Mason. And really, honest to goodness, that's the difference in this game.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. I mean, you know, that you don't want to put it all on the center, but you know, that was unfortunate timing for that to happen. But it came at a very bad time of the game.
Redskins have 1 timeout left. There's a minute 11 to play. Winton Woods leads 27-20, and they pretty much can run the clock out here.
That's unfortunate. You know, the Redskins played very, very well tonight.
And Owens gives it, no, he's going to keep it himself, and Owens gets up to about the 41. It's a 3-yard pickup. He's tripped up by Taylor Ray, but
I don't think it's going to make much difference. Now they're
Redskins called a timeout about 6 seconds ago, but they finally stop it with 58 seconds to play. And they'll bring it. That's the Redskins' last timeout. They can't stop it again.
That'll do it, won't it?
Yeah, they can just take a couple knees. Second down at 8. So it looks like the Redskins are going to come out of here on the short end of a 27-20 score, but boy, was it a great game, and boy, did they really hold up their end of the bargain here.
You're not kidding. I mean, they played very well, and, you know, didn't know what to expect out of this ball game, but, you know, again, the Redskins played hard, played very, very hard, and had their opportunities to win this ball game.
So 2nd and 7, Winton Woods just has to run 2 more plays, and we'll be out of here. They reset the clock at a minute and 1.
So Anderson will obviously try to go after the ball, try to make something happen.
And Owens keeps it, and he gets up to about the 42-yard line, and the Redskins can't stop it. It'll be 3rd down at about 7, and we are under 50 seconds to play. They have to run 1 more play, but then after that, they won't have to, and then the game will be over. Under 30 seconds now. 1 more snap, and this game will be put to bed.
Still unfortunate. It's been a while since the Redskins. They're going to call a timeout now.
Winton Woods does. That stops the clock with 23 seconds left.
What Why would you do that?
It doesn't matter. All he's got to do is take a knee.
But even though, right, but even if it's a penalty, I guess I don't understand that. But
Redskins will go to 7-2 on the season and 3-1 in the league. Wentwoods will go to 8-1 on the season and 4-0 in the league. And next week, Wentwoods will take on a tough Glen Estee team. So if Glen Estee can rise to the occasion next week and the Redskins can take care of things against Harrison, you never know. The league title still may be up for grabs.
Happened a couple years ago, if you remember right. That
was
happened.
A four-way tie, wasn't there,
yep.
one year?
So, Greg, you talk about the center and all that stuff, but also, the penalty that they called on Tanner Braunhaver that was questionable at best.
And Owens will take the knee, and that'll be it.
And that is the ball game.
Our final score here in Week 9 from Winton Woods. It's the Winton Woods Warriors 27, the Redskins 20. Redskins put on a heck of a fight, but Winton Woods looks like they're primed for another run in Division II, Dan.
Yeah, they really do. They did a great job, and take your hats off to both coaching staffs. I'm sure Winton Woods is pretty happy with their win, but Anderson comes up on a short end of the stick.
Let's thank all the folks who made this broadcast possible. The folks at Anderson Community Television for the use of their equipment and their time slots. We appreciate it. Thanks to the athletic director here at Forest Park.
Dwight Campbell.
At Winton Woods. Thanks for Dwight Campbell for giving us a spot in the booth. And, of course, thanks as always to our fine crew, our cameraman Tim Huntington, our spotter Ed Barth. And Redskins put up a gallant fight, but end up losing 27-20 as they head to Week 10 against Harrison next week at home. And this is my last broadcast of the year. And next week you'll be teamed with John Raymond, Dan.
Yeah, and just unfortunate for the Redskins. I think this is probably going to definitely knock them out of a playoff opportunity. But, a fine season by the Redskins. You got to take their hats off to both teams. It was a very well-played game, and Anderson had their chance at the end.
So, once again, our final score here from Winton Woods. It was Winton Woods 27, Anderson 20. For Dan Albers, I'm Greg Ellis. Thanks for joining us here on Red.